Alright, back for the final with a turn 3 show and tell. Seems pretty good. Good news is that I have this clone. My round 1 opponent showed the other clown that's available in the cube. And my second round opponent is probably the other player that's playing some fat creatures with Eureka. So, this show and tell should be, in theory, pretty safe. As we are playing against a blue-red deck of some sort. Or maybe not blue-red, but you know, there's a Scalding Torrent. If it's a control deck, oh, blue-white maybe, or red-white. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, blue-white. Pondering. So it's probably a blue-white control deck. Depending on if they have their Wrath of God turn 4, they could deal with Emrakul. Remand is not bad. I think I'm gonna keep Remand available over casting Rule Signet here. It just seems slightly better. I'm gonna remand that. The thing is, if they play another island and recast the Preordering, it means, well, apparently that was hurtful for the opponent. But let's say they play another island and recast the Preordering, then it means they probably don't have a blue spell to counter the show and tell. So, and now they cannot Wrath on turn 4 because they missed a land drop. So I feel pretty confident about that Emrakul play. I don't think, I mean, if let's say they have, if they have Yulamog, the old Yulamog, they beat me because they attack. I have to sacrifice my 4 permanents and it's GG. That'd be a beating, but I don't. Yeah, unless they are playing blue-white ramp with artifact, I would not really expect them to have Yulamog in their deck. So there is that. I guess they could have turn 3 O-ring, but my opponent has been missing land drop. Not sure what they did with their Ponder, by the way. Maybe they shuffled. Yeah, they shuffled, looking for land, did not get there. Preordering for land. Bursting Pod? Okay, well that's about the last thing I expected here. Yeah. The turn 3 Emrakul should be pretty hard to beat though. I mean, I think I picked a Banishing Light, so I think there's only Oblivion Ring and Council Judgment left in the cube that could deal with that. If they have one of the two, and they need to draw land too, it seems like a lot of things to ask for. Banisher Priest maybe, but they still need land, so it's looking kinda grim for the opponent. Let's say they do have the answer, then I can cast Gruul Signet, and on turn 5 maybe Chandra if I draw land. Yeah, I don't know. Thundering Titan looking pretty bad in my hand right now, because even if, you know, it's the one card in my deck that I really don't want to see in my hand. But yeah, I think Emrakul should do it. Pure Drain, okay. Well, it means they cannot cast. I think all the spells that could deal with Emrakul cost 3 mana. Oh, I guess there's Balance that costs 2 and would do the job actually. And since they, yeah, actually, if they play a land and Balance, then I lose my Emrakul. Yeah, Balance would do it, but yeah, they did not get there. Alright, sweet. Well, I first pick Show and Tell, second pick Emrakul, so I was hoping to do that at least one time. So it's some sort of bent Bursting Pod deck, or maybe a blue-white deck that tries to Bursting Pod, but without playing any green. That, you know, Bursting Pod was really, really weird here. I mean, certainly not something I expected. So Ponder, Preordain, Bursting Pod, blue-white, maybe green. Well, more removal could be good against Bursting Pod, but they did not show that many cheap creatures. But they should have cheap creatures with Bursting Pod. I guess Manic Vandal. It kills Bursting Pod and potentially some artifact acceleration. And Sphinx is not looking good in this matchup. Pre-match like last time. I mean, like the first round. yeah, maybe Lightning Strike. I have no idea how many cheap creatures my opponent plays. Maybe they don't play that many creatures. I still have, I have 3 cheap removal already, so I think Lightning Strike is really if they play like a bunch of cheap creatures, which they might, but I have no proof of that yet, so probably just gonna submit with the Vandal instead of the Sphinx, which is not looking particularly good, even though my opponent could be playing some green. Probably have some Sword to Plowshare and stuff like that around. Okay, I like my hand. My opponent mulled to 6, unfortunately for them. They kept 6 and put the card onto the bottom of the library. Island, nothing. Okay. Duplicant, not the best draw, but fine. Really like the curve Days into mod. Oh, they are playing red too? Well, the open deck is surprising me more and more. Like each game is a new discovery. I don't know. So it's a. I think if they are playing Bursting Pod, it's because it's good in their deck. So I think I should counter that. But I mean, Plateau, Island, Mountain, Bursting Pod. That's not something you will see very often, especially in the final. No, don't want to be mean, but maybe my open deck is amazing. But from my point of view right now, it looks very weird. If nothing else, might be very good. I don't not gonna say the contrary, but still, drawing 2 lands in a row into 2 land of the Muldrifter was quite hurtful, though. I mean, sure I can cast the Titan now, but oh. So it's what a weird deck. Red, white, blue, beat down, Bursting Pod. What on earth is that? I think I would not be mad to lose against that, because if my opponent can win with such deck, it's just, it's one of the beauty of the cube draft. I mean, you really thought you would see Bursting Pod, Thirst, and Monastery Swift Spear in the same deck once? I mean, that's a complete. Sphinx is a classic one, I would say, with Bursting Pod, but holy crap! I don't think Yeah, I think that's the wildest deck I ever seen in recent time. But yeah, the 4th land in a row is starting to be pretty bad for me. Again, worst come to worst, I can through the breach and Inferno Titan if there's too much pressure, but I don't really like doing that too much. The question is my opponent even playing green or not? Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I just hope I don't draw too many more lands, but... Ooh, Archmage. That's kind of brutal. Titan kind of deals with that if they don't have a way to counter the Titan. And Miracle. Well, that's a shame. Would have been game without the Glen Elendra Archmage. Okay, well I guess I can duplicate. Well, actually if I duplicate the Archmage, they can sack it in response. And then they have another activation, so it's not even that good. At least I have 2 6-mana very powerful creatures around. Ooh, Sword of Fire and Ice. Ugh. That might be game. I think this is gonna give the opponent enough time where I might lose. But I guess if they tap out, I can Miracle. Yeah, so they will not tap out, and actually that's good for me. Still in pretty bad spot. I mean, my slow was a bit too slow. My start was a bit too slow. Ooh, okay. No, actually they cannot do that because they need a target, so I can just duplicate the Archmage. Yeah. They cannot counter, they will not be able to sack in response. And then Emrakul should be pretty good. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Duplicant does not become blue. No, it just becomes 2/2, so I can chump block the Sword of Fire and Ice once. And even if they have a removal, this will still be removed if you did not know how Duplicant worked. So actually, things are not looking too green right now. But yeah, for some reason I thought they could sack and still get another activation, but obviously they need a target if they want to sack that. I mean, Glenn, Elendra, Kitchen Things, Bursting Pod seems like some sweet combo. The Swift Spear is a bit weird here, but yeah, other than that, that's looking like a pretty nice deck. So if I get just one hit with Emrakul, then Inferno Titan is lethal, Lightning Bolt is lethal. I have a lot of lethal cards if this happens. Here I'm chump blocking, if they allow me to do so. They might have a burn spell though. Yeah, apparently something is happening, which is not so surprising. Well, I guess okay, pre-ordering is fine. I mean, unless... How many permanents will my opponent have after that? Probably not more than 7, so they will have to keep one around, but that's gonna be it. What a very unconventional deck. But it seems solid. I mean, Ponder, pre-ordering are very solid. I think my opponent just managed to build something very new and probably also pretty strong too. Did they keep something on top? I cannot tell. Whatever, definitely jumping here. And sending in the Emrakul. So now there is a slight trick here, I think. Is there actually a slight trick? No, there isn't. I just wanted to make sure I played around Manatize, which is a white 1 mana count spell. But I can do that and still cast the Gruul Signet. But if I only had 6 mana, I would not try to cast Gruul Signet into Through the Breach, because if I do have that counter spell, I pretty much lose. So I'd rather avoid that. I don't think there's much that can counter me here, just because, yeah. And I don't think my opponent can beat that. Well, the Annihilator trigger resolves, so... And Inferno Titan is lethal. Yeah. They can keep one land, basically. Alright. Okay. And now I'm just gonna drop that little Titan. And I'm actually 1 mana away from hardcasting Kozilek, funnily enough. Like a flower. Alright. Well, I almost wanted to see more of my open deck because it seems very funny. But I guess the Emrakul did her job. Okay, that was a sweet draft. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. You can also share that video if you enjoyed it. And I see you for another draft. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Or night.